All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Crypto Factor. Welcome to a live impromptu show here with Saint Wolf Vision. I just call him Wolf, Wolfie. He calls me Pops. Don't know why. Probably thinks I'm old. But anyway, we're going to be talking about PulseChain. We're going to be talking about how you can actually make profits on PulseChain, why you should be on PulseChain, how to bridge over to PulseChain. He's going to show us. He's going to show us how to. He's going to show us a whole bunch of stuff. Wolf, thank you so much for being here, man. Really appreciate you.
Paul, it's an absolute pleasure coming, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for having me on your channel as well, man. You have an excellent channel. People can see it up here. They should follow you on Twitter and on YouTube. And yeah, man, I really appreciate you doing this. I haven't talked to Richard Hart for quite a while, but there is I hear there's massive profits being made as we speak on PulseChain. Now, I am going to challenge you in a few things. I'm going to ask you some questions. I am going to challenge you. And let's
Yeah,
bring everyone the alpha here, okay? And we'll be answering questions
100%.
from the chat as well. So tell me, what is PulseChain? Real quick, why should somebody be using it right now?
Paul, PulseChain is simply a fork of Ethereum that Richard Hart created. I think he'd had this on his mind for many, many years. It's incredibly well put together, well made, and it's absolutely phenomenal in every way from top to bottom, really. Um, I think that now that I've been watching what the Ethereum Foundation has been doing and how they've been fumbling the ball with something that is absolutely amazing, that was foundational to crypto, I now see the brilliance in why Richard Hart, the Hart man is what I call him, why he forked Ethereum and created Pulse Chain on that platform, because I think it's going to be a type of replacement. This is where all the gains are going to be made. This is where I see an incredible amount of capital coming in the very near future. And I'm going to make a very bold statement right now. I believe 100% that Pulse Chain will flip Solana by the end of this bull run.
I'm willing to make that bet with you.
I like you.
I'm willing
I
to make
like you.
that bet with you because I called Solana at $2 and I called again at eight and a half in the beginning of this bull market when we
Okay.
had that drop. But not to challenge you on that, I do think that Pulse Chain, there's a lot to be made on Pulse Chain, and there's a lot of benefits we're going to be talking about later that people don't think, but there's also a lot of challenges. And one of the benefits is if you learn how to use Pulse Chain, if you learn how to use Hex, because of everything that happened, the negative is hard to use, hard to get on. The positive thing is once you get on, there's a lot of money to be made, but also a lot of knowledge. It will actually put you in front of a lot of people because you actually learn. And people that are in Pulse X, people that are in Hex, they're not stupid. They're smart. They know how to use DeFi. So that's
Yeah.
something we're going to
Yeah.
be talking about. Now, you mentioned that Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum. And I like the fact that you did that. Of course, Richard Hart marketed it as the world's largest airdrop, which was actually
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
genius. Now, there are going to be some arguments to be made here, though. See, there's a lot of coins. Basically, if anything you held on Ethereum, you have a copy of it on Pulse Chain. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you were holding before the fork, you now have a exact perfect copy in every way over on Pulse Chain.
All right. Now, there are a lot of people in Pulse Chain. Some of them are the extreme die-hard people, for example. Other ones are a bit more realistic. You are somewhere in the middle there, in the sense that a lot of people think that these valuations on Pulse Chain, for example, Link will get the same value on Pulse Chain, that Bitcoin will have the same value on Pulse Chain, and so on. My argument is that most of them will not because they don't have the utility. Yes, there's a fork. Yes, you get the copy, but they don't bring over the utility of those coins. What's your answer to that?
I understand where you're coming from, especially if you've been through multiple cycles in the past. We were ingrained with the idea that everything had to have utility, that everything had to have function. You've heard the old saying, I tell you a token, here's banana token. You say, okay, what's the utility? You know,
I
but
can give you a
we've
few
seen,
utilities with bananas. One's edible.
I can eat it.
Another one, you're
But
not going to talk about it now.
what what I think that's happened in crypto is the same thing we've seen happen in a lot of technologies,
Mm.
is that they evolve. Of course, there's always utility there, and there's a function of increasing value, et cetera. But really, it comes down to the community and the network. And that is what crypto is realizing and what it's evolving into. And anyone who's had their eyes open this cycle sees it. I mean, we see it in memes. You see things that have utility being left behind, because what's happening is we, just as people, are evolving to the realization that it's the network that has the value. It's the community, whether that's Shiba Inu or even Aave. Even if that many people aren't using it right now, there's a community of people who just love Aave, let's say. That's a network, that's a community. Whether that's Brett, whether that's Dog with Hat. And you might ask, what's the function? What's the utility? Well, people love it. There's a network, there's believers there, there's a cult. And that's
I
really
agree.
what we've moved into in crypto, is the area of cults, because we're people and that's what we gravitate toward. That's what we merge together as we form these cults, we have our teams, so to speak, and we get behind them, and there's value in that, and you see that reflected in the price as prices move up. Or when people, earlier in this bull run, when memes were hitting incredible valuations, there was a lot of people just absolutely in disbelief, because they didn't understand what cults are, what networks are, that people are the value.
So, would you say that Richard Hart not only created the world's largest airdrop, but also the largest meme coin platform? Just people haven't realized it yet. Is that what you're saying? By the way, check your microphone real quick. They're saying that you usually sound a lot better and deeper.
Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, I'm probably far away. And since I'm in Zoom, there may be a new setting. Let me just tweak that really quick.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a Zoom.
Yeah, because I remember you usually sound like somebody in a strip club or like one of those announcers. And now you're gonna see Yolanda. You didn't find that
Do I
too
really
funny.
sound like that? I did not know
You
I
sound
sounded
cool.
like
You
that.
do sound cool though. But they have the clearest voices in there. Like the strip clubs, the MCs in strip clubs, you don't see them. They're up in the booth. They have podcast settings, right? They don't really have the DJ or MC settings. They sound like they're on the, which is surreal in a way.
Yeah. Is that better?
I
Or
don't know.
input
The
volume.
echo is probably
Oh,
because I'm
check
hearing
one,
you from.
two. There we go.
Oh, there you. Oh,
There
you
we
got
go.
that
Okay.
voice.
The Zoom had the volume almost all the way at the bottom. It probably was on auto. So there we go.
All right, there
Well,
you go. There
probably
you
sounds
go.
better, right?
So
Okay,
this.
cool, cool, cool.
So somebody says he sounds like he's seducing me. So would you say that PulseChain is the biggest platform of meme coins right now? Is that what you're saying? And before the community goes crazy, I'm not attacking you. I am putting you in a difficult position because this is an unbiased channel, and I want to get all sides. And also, you have to understand, I do believe there's utility on PulseX and PulseChain. We'll talk about it later. But let's humor me. Would you say it's the world's biggest meme coin platform right now? Just people don't realize it yet.
I I can absolutely make that stretch. Okay. And I can tell you why. One, we're decentralized. Okay. Everybody's running it off their computer. So we have the real, earlier when we started the video, you said a lot of smart people are over here.
Yes.
I'll dare to say that probably the smartest people in crypto are over here on PulseChain. I'm absolutely humbled every day when I interact with people at
The
how
stupidest
absolutely
are on
brilliant.
XRP.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
go
knew we were
on.
going to get some XRP
I
bashing in
had
here
to.
at
I
some
had to,
point.
man. I had to.
You
I'll
had to
find
do it.
another pun later.
No, but absolutely, there are some brilliant minds over here. It's just incredible how sharp everybody is over here, which tells me they're seeing the value first, okay? And they're over here, and they're making these memes, and they're incredibly simple to make over here and very cost effective. I mean, maybe similar to Solana, but you have the stability of an Ethereum platform underneath you, but the cost is probably even less than Solana right now. It's absolutely easy to get going, and with a community like this, it sorts out the good assets very quickly. The cream rises to the top here very quickly. Okay, and meme season really hasn't even kicked off here, and we absolutely have had some of the best memes I've by
Yeah,
far,
to be fair,
quality
you
wise
don't
too.
just have copies of other coins. There are coins launching on PulseChain, from what I see, that are in that ecosystem, are subject to PulseChain and nowhere else. And that's where I got excited. I mean, we had a call, what was it, a few months ago, You were
Hmm.
showing me different coins, different things on PulseChain, and I said, Teddy, that's the one. I saw the chart. I'm like, Teddy's. I think Teddy's done pretty well since then. I even said go
Teddy's
all in. I even said sell everything and go all in on Teddy on one coin. Just sell everything and just go on that. What is Teddy doing right now?
Teddy's doing really well right now. It is a $70 million market cap. Okay. And it hit as high as $130 million market cap. Now, I do believe Teddy is our de facto mascot over here. I expect it to cross a billion once this run kicks off very easily, very, very easily. I think 10 billion is very easily within reach for Teddy Bear, especially certainly as we start to approach flipping Solana, which I absolutely think is going to happen. I could see Teddy Bear at 10 billion, probably pushing toward 20 billion at some point. Um, it's a great meme. It's just fantastic.
So,
Uh,
so if we go back to PulseX being the the airdrop of meme coins or the platform for meme coins or the world's biggest blockchain for meme coins, where do you
yeah.
see it going? Things pivot. We pivoted there,
Mhm.
whether this was meant to happen, not meant to happen, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I think Coca Cola was a cough syrup or something, um, or was it? I can't remember. Something like that.
No, it
Or was
actually
it
had cocaine in it.
Lucozade was if you when you had diarrhea or when you were sick or something. That became a
No.
sports drink. Then you had different things. You had what was it? You had quite a few things that adapted and with a little bit of smart marketing. Where do you think it's going, or what can be done on Pulse Chain? Like, can it do more than that? Does it need to do more than that? That's also a question.
What do you want PulseChain to do?
You tell me.
Whatever you want it to do, it probably does it. It can do it. It can do it. I see it becoming a place, even in the bear market, where people move their liquidity to. You got to remember, it's decentralized. Once you come over here, you cross the bridge, and let's say you move into an asset. We have an asset called PDAI, which is the Pulse Chain copy of DAI over here. Okay. You can hold that with absolute security and safety and peace of mind. Nobody can turn it off. Nobody can pull it back. It's going to be over on this side of the chain, backed by Pulse Chain.
But it doesn't have the liquidity, and people can dump it, and there's not much backing when it comes to even DAI on its own doesn't have the backing it needs for me to feel safe. What would make PDAI? What's backing PDAI?
Well, first of all,
First of all, is it worth a dollar?
absolutely, it's not worth a dollar yet, but you have to remember that there is, I believe, 23 billion just in valuation over here on Pulse Chain that Richard Hart can rotate. Not to mention he has about 172,000 Ethereum that came from all the sacrifices between all these
That
different
doesn't
projects.
mean he's gonna back PDAI with it, nor does he have to, nor does it mean he can not rug it after unless he locks it or something, right?
I mean, fair enough. We can talk about, imaginary impossibles or these scenarios that could happen for sure. I mean,
Him
why
doing
would
it
he?
is
Why would
more of
he?
a
Why would he do that?
him doing it in the first place is more of an impossibility since he hasn't done it yet.
Um, I mean, why would he rug this
By the
thing that
way,
he's
is that a
built?
Rolex?
It is a Rolex.
Which one is it? Because which one is it, man?
It's
That
a
was from Teddy.
Submariner.
That was from Teddy. I told you, man. A Submariner?
Yeah.
Nice, man. I like it. There's a no date as well, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the. I
I
don't
don't
like the
like
date one. Is with a magnifying glass. It makes it look cheap.
me neither. I don't like the day. I like them simple as possible. So I fell in love with this when I saw it,
Yeah,
and it has a
it's
red,
it's my favorite one. Yeah,
has a red
it's
thing.
beautiful to
Yeah.
watch. All right, look. So I'm all with you when it comes to Pulse Chain, and the reason we're talking about it on my channel is because I do believe there's opportunity there. And I do believe it's going to involve in something that we may not even understand. That's why I called it a meme coin platform. I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm actually saying it as a pivot. I'm a marketing guy. I'm a sales guy. I understand these things. I'm a bit of a tech guy as well, but just not so much into what's going on over there. The thing is that let me tell you what I do believe. Let me tell you what I don't believe because I want my audience to understand what I believe. if they're going to get into PulseChain because they need to know what I believe. And my and watch everyone hate me now. I don't believe that PDI is going to go to $1.
Okay,
I,
fair
I
enough.
don't
Fair
I
enough.
don't believe it needs to. Okay, it can if it could stabilize to a cent, it would be as good as good enough, and you'd be able
Okay.
to back it a lot easier. And maybe that's something Richard Hart thinks of, and that's fine. And I don't believe Bitcoin's going to reach Bitcoin prices. There's no way because it's just not Bitcoin. And that's just obvious because it's not decentralized. And if it is decentralized, it doesn't have the nodes and it doesn't have the sound hard money principles that Bitcoin does. Now, you could argue with me, but
Mhm.
forks of Bitcoin are not Bitcoin. Like I could even take a maximalist approach there, even though I'm not a maximalist. Now, but let's
Right.
talk
No,
about what is.
I understand your argument. It's not Bitcoin, off that Bitcoin network, but it could absolutely go to parity and actually surpass the price of regular Bitcoin.
I don't believe so. Extremely difficult. Extremely difficult because it would take, first of all, the proof of concept in the years and the trust and everything that Bitcoin won. And by the time it does that, Bitcoin will go a lot higher. Or it will go to zero and it will destroy anything resembling to Bitcoin if you want to take the bearish case. So I don't believe that.
Well, one thing I want to just point out on Pulse Wrap Bitcoin is that its supply is
I
around
don't believe that wrap is,
150,000.
but I don't believe that wrap Bitcoin is Bitcoin either.
Fair enough. No, no,
Right?
fair enough. It's not. I'm
And
not
it's not.
disputing that fact. It's its own thing. It's
Right.
just we have our own thing. We're calling it Bitcoin. It's on PulseChain. Let's just say that,
Right.
okay? But there is a community of people that are behind it. It has an incredible cult. Okay, I'll say people are calling it purple Bitcoin. That's what the slang for
That's
it is now.
interesting.
Purple.
That's
Yeah.
it. I like that though. That I
Yeah.
like.
So it's growing into its own thing. Now, remember, the supply is 150,000. So getting up right now, I think what is it trading at 100 here. Let me see. It's trading at
Even
1,507. Okay. I think it could easily pass 100,000 at 150,000 supply, you know.
look, even Hex. It used to be called Bitcoin Hex, if I'm not mistaken. And then Richard
It
Hart
was in
took
the
away
beginning.
the Bitcoin because he understood this.
It-
Anyway,
I think it upset some people. Yeah.
now that said, let's talk a little bit about what PulseChain is good for. And there's two things that PulseChain is good for. First of all,
Okay.
you have to learn it to use it because even with hacks, people that even staked, because I staked, right? There's a learning curve on how to do that. You have to download it to your computer. Some people might not be willing to do that. I certainly wasn't. I believe that is also uh, barrier of adoption, to be quite honest with you. But at the same time, using PulseChain, you become smarter, you become more efficient, and because of that barrier itself, there's a lot of profits to be made. And that's one thing that I can't deny. There is an issue with liquidity. We can talk about that later on because a lot of these coins, as they go up, you see all these X's. There is a liquidity issue, but that could be taken care of as more people come in and so on, and as long as people don't do anything stupid. Somebody's saying that Paul is a noob. Yes, but
You're
I'm a
talking
rich
about
noob. So anyway,
this
so
guy. That's yeah. I mean,
so you should
that's
listen.
that's all you got to say. Um, I live in your watch collection, Paul.
Now,
No, so fair enough. So the P copies don't have all the liquidity yet. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. For sure, for sure. But they are trading and they are gaining
yes.
value. Absolutely. They started at nothing, and if you'd gotten in, I mean, some of them are up 5, 10,000 X, 15,000 X. So it was a smart speculation. And of course, a lot of people, including you, you're probably sitting on a gold mine right now
Oh
in your
yeah,
wallet
yeah,
of
I definitely
copies.
am. I definitely am.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I sacrificed, and I sacrificed back in the day as well, and I was holding Hex as well, and I played around with it as well. But then other
Okay.
things came into play. I had other things to do. I had different things that were bugging me at the time, so I really didn't get into it. So let's talk a little bit about how easy is it for someone to get involved in PulseX. And then we can talk some coins later on and so on. How would somebody get in?
Okay. Super easy. Super easy. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen with
Yeah.
you. So,
And by the way, this is the standalone part that I'm going to actually I'm gonna actually make a separate video with this, so give me a second. So this is, so let me just do this part. I know this is a bit annoying for people watching live, but I do want to make a standalone video. So you want to bridge hex, you want, sorry. So you want to bridge over to PulseChain. You want to use PulseChain, but fuck me. So you want to use PulseChain, you need to bridge onto PulseChain. We're going to show you how, because there's massive profits to be made. Now, it may not be easy, but it's not as hard as you think. St. Wolf here is going to show us how to do it. St. Wolf, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you.
Oh, you got it, man. Thanks for having me again. Absolute pleasure being here. And you got me really excited that you wanted to talk about PulseChain, man. So this is very cool. I actually came over here and, I was trading, in the start of the bull run, I opened a long, 2023, was January, and I think 15.7. I opened a long on Render. I was over on the other side of things. I came over here to PulseChain, and I haven't looked back yet. I thought I would be going back and forth, like I'd be coming back and jumping in and out, but I literally have just stayed because the gains have been so incredible over here. I didn't even
capitalize
realize.
on what works. I mean, if you find the trend and it's working for you, you gotta go all in. It happens to me as well. When I
100%,
was day trading, I
Yeah.
used to teach forex. I used to teach how to do technical
Okay.
analysis and fundamental analysis and so on. And as a day trader, I wasn't that good. As a swing trader, I was doing extremely well, so I focused on that. And certain indicators work, you focus on them, throw the other ones away, and so on. Same thing when you find a niche in YouTube, or when you find a format, or when you find, for example, a platform that works for you, like PulseX or PulseChain.
Yeah, I just found love, man. It's been great. And you're also getting to start on the ground floor. For a lot of people out there that are new to crypto, it's very inexpensive to trade over here. It's very easy. Once you bridge over here, I know it seems daunting at first because it's a whole new thing, but once you bridge over here, it's extraordinarily easy. PulseX, the main DEX, is very quick, very cheap, very easy to use. PulseChain is very user-friendly. The Telegram groups are great. There's really smart people over here that are always willing to jump in and help answer any questions. It's really supportive also. Now, on the screen right now, you guys can see this is on Gecko Terminal here. You can see TVL going down the chains here. You've got Base is at almost 2 billion, BNB 1.8 billion. Unichain, I don't even know what that is. It's almost at 800 million. And PulseChain is right there at number 6 at almost 700 million. Okay. Polygon is under that at 500 million. All right. Just to give you an idea of how much activity is actually happening over there that no one even notices. I mean, we're blowing everybody out of the water and slowly climbing up.
Yeah, you're not going to see that on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or anything. They don't like to talk about that stuff.
I think we just made CoinGecko today.
Oh, okay,
on the
good.
American list.
Well, it's about fucking time.
It is about fucking time. That's good. Dude, if you're watching this video and it's January 28th, you are early, January 28th, 2025. You have an incredible opportunity right now because it's right before things are about to get crazy. So we just got listed, I think, today on CoinGecko. So I think we're right around the corner from the case, the SEC case that's happening with Richard Hart to be dropped. And you can imagine how hard this is going to pop right now when that happens. I mean, we'll probably do a 10x like that on the whole entire chain, like very quickly. All right, so this is the bridge, the PulseChain bridge. Very easy. I will give the links to Paul, and he'll be able to put them down. But let's see, you'll have to download a piece of software when it loads. It's already loaded on my computer, so it pulls up. But what it is it's going to run right off your computer. So PulseChain, just so everybody understands this very clearly, it cannot be turned off. Nobody can turn off PulseChain. Okay. If you run PulseChain, you are the chain. Okay. It is the ultimate decentralized chain of freedom. All right. That's really important that people understand. No one can turn it off. There's no server somewhere. It is on everybody's computer, distributed all over the planet. Okay. There are validators in every country, in every city, all over the world running PulseChain.
It's how crypto was supposed to be if you really want to be honest, like it is.
Yes. That's why I'm so confident when I say it's going to flip Solana. It is going to take over crypto because it is exactly what crypto was meant to be. It was meant to be for freedom. And PulseChain is that. Okay. So you're going to get, when you go to the link for the bridge, and Paul's going to put it down below, you'll get a different page in front of you, and it'll have whether you're obviously on Windows or you're Linux or you're on Mac. So you click on what corresponds
Are
for
there any
you.
dangers for you to download this to your computer for people watching? Because a lot of people
No,
are paranoid in crypto. I'm
yes,
paranoid in crypto. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not with this, but
You're only going to use the links that Paul has on his page, but you can also go to a website called, I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Where is it? Oh, oh, here it is. It's called start.me. Okay.
mhm.
And actually, the name of the site is PL Start. Okay. It's very simple. And it has everything on here. Everything you can need is just listed. Okay. Everything's everything's listed very
But would
clearly
you?
on
Why
here.
would you need all this? And are all these things safe?
These
And
are all
why?
safe. These are all checked, but you should obviously double check everything
How
because
do you
this
double
is
check?
how do you double check? What I would do to double check is if let's say you wanted to know, okay, here is PulseChain bridge, okay, bridge swap. Okay, can you see my mouse rolling over here? I'm over here, and I click on it. Okay, it's going to open something. Oh, so here's that download page I was telling you about. So
Okay, good.
you're gonna get this. Okay, so here you are with all these options. All right, and so you're gonna click now. If you want to see if you got the right, let's say the bridge. Okay, you can I believe go to the X for Richard Hart, and I believe he has them listed on there. Let me double check here really quick. Let's see, go to Richard Hart. Let's see.
By the way, there's a way to actually do this without downloading the client to your computer as well, if I'm not mistaken. Some people have created some platforms that are online. If people are uncomfortable downloading it, maybe you want to show us that option as well, just for people watching this video.
Or to do what?
To be able to bridge on use PulseX, right? On PulseChain.
Yeah.
You don't need to download the client. You should, but you don't need to, correct?
You need to download a little bit to your computer. Yeah, you do.
Why do I have the feeling I've used it without downloading it? What am I missing here?
Before in the past, I think it was on a server, and then it was changed about almost a year ago, like 9 months ago,
Right, but
where
I'm almost certain there's an application that you can still use now that's online, or at least some of them. I'm sure I'm
there
pretty sure you can.
there might be chat. Is there an
I'm pretty
application
sure
that
there is because I've used it
somebody
like a
says
couple
the
of months ago.
IPFS link? Put the link in the chat. Um, if you guys know, IPF links is an option. That IPF link is a page Saint had opened. Okay. Okay, so maybe it will open for you. Maybe it does. I've just obviously I have it running on my computer, so I can't tell anymore is it running off my computer or what it's doing. Now you can go to my Telegram if let's say new people are like I don't know I don't trust anybody else. You can come to my Telegram, and if I don't know the answer, I promise you I know about 100 people that will know the answer that I can send you to. Um, Above download links is the IPFS link. Yeah. Okay. Super hacks. Yeah. So the page that I was looking at here. What he's saying is this IPFS.
Right.
I guess this is if you don't want to download it, and that's probably what you used, I'm guessing.
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
SuperX, thank you, sir. And SuperX is a guy
So
you guys can
somebody,
trust as
to the
well.
person that just called me a noob in the chat earlier on, I may be a noob, but I'm pretty, I have a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Uh, Now you guys pissed him off. Now he's bringing the hard questions.
No, I'm
No, no, no.
the,
Hey, he's hosting the show. Who called him a noob?
no, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm just fucking with them.
Chat, they're animals. We got to feed them. We
Oh
got to
yeah,
feed
yeah.
them.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not as bad as the
Agreed.
XRP army. The XRP army are bad.
Agreed. Mike says I don't run the IPFS on my computer. There are other options. That's the link. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Andrew, take it easy. Yes, IPFS. Click the bridge, my pinata. Okay, so yeah, I guess if you click this, I guess it goes right to it. But obviously, I have it downloaded. I run it from my desktop, but it's fine, whatever you want to do. The point is that it can't be turned off because let's say they do turn this off. If you have it downloaded to your desktop,
Exactly. Yeah.
you can run it. So that's the thing. I think all of us are so used to doing this for so long, we forget that, oh, you can still go
Yeah.
to a server and do
Which
it.
is good for
But the
people that are new, man. I just want to make sure people understand that.
100%,
Yeah.
man. 100%. I didn't realize you could still just go and run it off the server. But I guess the point is that if that's ever turned off, we're not affected. We can still run everything, and that's what's important.
And just as a
Um,
side note, there's also an option for Hex as well, third party that you could do it as well.
there is a really good third party for Hex. If you guys want to do that. Now, very easy. You come over here, you connect your wallet, okay, and obviously you see here at the top you have your Ethereum. All right, and what you're going to do is you're going to well, what I did was I bridged over stablecoin. So I think I had I had USDT and Ethereum. Okay. So and what this is letting you know is everything that's on the ETH chain is fair game that's in here. And it's a lot of assets. Okay. But for most people, I think I had a combination of stable coins and I had some ETH, you know. You can even bridge in your hex. But I think for most people, they'll have their USDT, put in how much it is, you know, $1,000 to USDT, and that's it. You'll have the prompts, and it says 30 minutes. It actually goes pretty quick. And there's a small bridge fee. Now that we can't help, that's Ethereum. That's the
Yeah.
Ethereum side. So there'll be a small fee to bridge it over, and that's it. And that'll show up. Now, I recommend that you have a Rabby wallet. I think Rabby wallet lays everything out really nicely with the chains where you can just click ETH Pulse, but also it just shows you the asset and it shows the little icon above it, whether it's an ETH asset or a Pulse asset. I think that's really nice and very easy to manage. So you'll see it immediately. And once you're there, you can come straight over here. Now, this is Pulse X. This is the main DEX for PulseChain. Okay. So you got the bridge. I'll show you the sacrifice checker too. And once again, very easy. Connect your wallet. You can come up here. Let's say you had whatever you brought in. Okay. And
And you can also use MetaMask, by the way, for anybody that's wondering, because I know I've used it.
you can use MetaMask. You can. I like Rabby much better. I tell people, you know what,
I
you should distance yourself from MetaMask.
Wolf, the only reason I'm doing it is when you have new people who want to experiment and they feel uncomfortable with new things, sometimes using what they already have makes more sense. And then once they get used to it, then they can start getting into new things and so on. So
Is
I'm,
is
I'm,
everybody
I'm,
still on MetaMask?
I know that there's PulseChain on MetaMask. I use
Okay.
MetaMask. I believe it's industry standard. Phantom's better, obviously, for some things, but I'm a MetaMask guy. But that's just because I'm old school, man.
Okay.
I think I have a MyEther wallet still somewhere as well.
So apologies, I just got off a cold and a cough, so I'm a little sniffly, but so yeah, and then that's it. It's just like Uniswap or anything else. You just want to remember you come up to this wheel over here. Slippage is set to half. That's usually fine, but just like altcoins or anything, if you're going to degen and look at some of these low liquidity altcoins, you're going to want to set your slippage higher. But for most people, where it is by default is fine. You could even set it lower down to 0.3 if you want, or 0.1 experiment, depending on what you're going. And I think for most people, they'll probably go for the main tickers. That would be like Incentive, PulseChain, um, or Pulse X, the
Hmm.
native DEX token as well. And I can show you how to pick up PDI and Purple Bitcoin too, for example.
Teddy.
Now, a teddy bear, let's do teddy bear really quick. I want you guys to know that there is this website called pluscoinlist.com, okay? And you can drop your address into here and it'll tell you what copies you might have in your wallet. Okay, so it'll help you get started in seeing, let's say you have Aave from ETH. Well, if you've been holding that since last bull run and the fork was done, I think in 2022, then you're going to have a copy of that exact Aave over on PulseChain. And believe it or not, it already has value. It's already trading. I think it's at about a $20 million market cap. We can go check, but there's already value there. So
I gotta check mine on this. I really have to check mine.
let's see. All right, let's come over here. Now I'll show you guys teddy bear. Let's do one. Where are we at here? Check the use Ravi. Somebody saying make a dummy wallet. I don't have a dummy wallet going right now. Stay away from MetaMask. Well, this is what we
People
got.
are not liking MetaMask. I never realized. I think the Pulse community is the only community I ever heard that is very against MetaMask, and because it's a smart community, I'm wondering why. What do they know that I don't know here?
What do they know?
Hey, why don't you
Well,
like MetaMask? What's wrong with MetaMask? Because I've tried a lot of wallets, and MetaMask is just, for me, it's just simple, straight to the point, and that's it. Everyone's saying it's awful. Yeah, but justify why it's awful.
I think the UI on Rabby is really nice, really easy to use, and it
No, I
separates
agree.
chain
I'm with
well.
you. I'm with
Oh,
you.
I'll tell you what the main reason is for us is because MetaMask delisted Hex.
Oh,
For
so it's a
one, I
bias
believe.
thing.
No. It really isn't though. It's just absolutely awful. Once you use Rabby, you'll never want to go back. Oh, somebody just said
I
that.
get it. I get there are better wallets out
But
there. MetaMask is a bit of a dinosaur, but it's mostly because people. This all was birthed from them delisting hacks.
well, they were unfairly doing.
I agree with
They
you.
would
I
like
agree with you.
they would list
Hex
scams.
and PulseChain was very unfairly treated. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
decentralized. Everyone should have a chance. You got a bunch of fucking
absolutely.
scam coins out there, and they got
Absolutely. And they
whether
left all the scams on there.
whether
FTX
and
is
even if you think that PulseChain and Hex is a scam, it should still be available with all the other scams. For fuck's sake! I mean, come on. What is this?
Yeah,
I'm not saying
100%.
it's a scam here. Don't just attack me or anything. I'm just saying.
But and not to mention, when we went to Rabby, PulseChain was already completely geared up in there, populated perfectly, it looked great.
That
They
makes sense.
updated it constantly. All the tokens show up really nice. It just works great. It just
Okay,
works great.
everyone's talking about Rabbi. Okay, I'm getting a Rabbi wallet. Okay, fine. But then I have to put my private keys in the I have to I have to re-put everything in the Rabbi wallet. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it.
All right, let's go to now, really quick, just to show you guys, and I hope I can make this bigger. I want to show you guys. I'm on the log chart to see on PulseChain. Everything started with no value. So this was created by a big developer over on PulseChain. They're the Tropa developer 414, and when this came out, it rose very quickly, as you can see, and it's just been generally up and to the right since. I mean, it's just an absolutely beautiful chart, and right now we're about $70 million market cap, but there's beautiful entry still. I think it's an absolutely great place to be, and I'll show you the website really quick. I am a fan of memes, and I'm
Yeah,
absolutely a fan of this meme because I think it fits everything you need to have to be a great meme. It's just, looks great. It's got vibe. I think it's universal. It appeals to men, women,
I
children,
agree. I
everybody.
agree. I'm
There can
surprised no
be,
one made a teddy with hat though.
you told it to chat. There'll be one by the shows. By the time the show's over, we'll have Teddy with hat.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know. I swear I
Oh
didn't know, man.
no. Wait till we
Really?
get off the stream so we can buy some, okay?
All right.
These
Can you buy some for me as well? I'll send you the money after.
these degens they'll front run your
They're
mind.
gonna front run us now. Damn it. That's okay.
So there's a Harman with the Louis Vuitton bear. Once again, I think this is one of those. As soon as the Harman comes back, the case is dropped. It's just going to soar like anything you've ever seen. I think your intuition was right. I remember the first time I talked to you about PulseChain, I showed you Teddy Bear, and you went, "I would go all in on that
Yeah.
one."
Yeah.
You know, so I think your intuition was 100% about that. Because the moment I saw this, when I got to PulseChain, one of the first things I found on PulseChain was a tropa, which probably don't have time to get into on this episode, but Teddy Bear was launched by that developer. And I just went in pretty big. So I thought it was brilliant. You can see the roadmap. We're at 100 million phase two, half a billion, and then 1 billion, 10 billion. And then I think we get to 20 billion. I think we do. I think this is a beautiful meme. I think it's going to do really well. So let's come over here. Let's grab the deck screener. So we copy the contract address by clicking on this copy button next to the name. Okay. And come back over here to PulseX. And I'm going to leave it on die. Add some dye in there. There you go, teddy bear. So now you can put this in PulseScan to double check, if you want, but this is official. We pulled it off Deck Screener. You can see the volume. And for people who are new watching out there, one way to you can tell if something's real is one, you can see how long it's been out. Okay, it's been out for a very long time. You can just see that it has $355,000 of volume just on this pair. Okay, and 69K market cap. So that's important, right? If you saw there was only $5,000 of volume and it hadn't been out very long, well, you should, maybe you got the wrong one. So that's one quick way. So let's see, put $1,000 of our die we bridged in. There you go. 14 billion teddy bear. Looking good. And looks like you're getting just a tiny bit of slippage, no big deal. And you'll see this transaction probably going to cost you 30 cents.
Okay.
That's it.
It's like Binance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's very expensive. PulseChain bridge. Show you guys. We've had better die. Teddy bear was on. Teddy bear won the fight. Okay. Let's see. Show you. GoPulseChain.com is a very cool website with some really great statistics on here. Really good stuff. See what else I pulled up for you today. A PDI believer bridged in 560K worth of stables into PulseChain and bought PDI. He's now in control of 100 million PDI. What the fuck? Are you serious? I didn't even read that full. I was just pulling these out. Damn, that's crazy. It's amazing. Just today, 822,000 Ethereum DAI, the original DAI, was bridged into PulseChain. So there's a lot of money coming across the bridge. I think a lot of people are seeing the value over here because we haven't run yet.
Well, you're early.
You're early.
This
you
is
get
why
to be
I'm doing
early.
the live stream as well. I do think people should like do this as a learning curve, but also to get used to it, but also to get in early. I'm all for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're very early. If you're watching right now, you probably sat around saying, "Why wasn't I early to Solana or Bitcoin or Ethereum?" You're actually early right now.
Yeah.
You're at the start. And the moment that case gets dropped, these assets are going to
But
fly.
even if it doesn't do what everyone expects it to do, even if it does 1/100th of what it can do, it's still early. You can still make a lot of money on here, a lot of profits on here, and learn.
Yeah.
This is why I'm all for it.
Yeah, 100%.
I see my man Blockchain Trends.
So let's come back to, so we looked at, I'll show you purple Bitcoin. So, no, that's, all right, so purple Bitcoin.
It's Bitcoin, but it's purple.
But it's purple, yeah. So it's you really got, I mean, it started at nothing, right? It exploded. I mean, that summer when it came out, you could have gotten it for, let's say, $20. And it came to a low, went all the way up to 260 and then dropped to a low of $19.
Wow.
And it's been kind of creating a range. I was trading this since the start of PulseChain because it was in such a tight range.
Interesting.
It's such a solid range here. pretty much doubled my bag. So it went up again to 220, came down to $50, then went up to almost 500 there, came down again 80 bucks. And then it touched 2,700, all right, 2,600. And it's at 1,500 right now. Now, this is not an actual copy of the 21 million token supply of Bitcoin. You can't copy Bitcoin. This isn't exactly that. This is our own purple Bitcoin. There's only 150,000 tokens. And
It's
why
a
that's
meme coin
important?
with class.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a huge community behind it. You know, it's our Bitcoin over here. It's our Bitcoin. And it could easily go to parity, if not more. It could do multiples uh, of the real Bitcoin because the supply is so low.
How many's available?
150,000 roughly. About. So it could reach
No,
$1 million a token.
I didn't know there was only 150,000.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's an absolutely great buy right now at $1,500 a token with that low supply, because this is going to stand out to people too when they come over as well. I want to show you just the PulseChain. So PulseChain came out and it's just been making this beautiful pattern, and we've come to the absolute end. So what do you think? You've
What do I
got
think?
mostly
It
upside.
could break either direction, man.
Yeah, it absolutely could come and take a little bit more downside for sure. There's no doubt about that. But in general, you have a lot of upside. And when you compare this to
And
other chains when
if
they're
you want to
early
get
on,
technical, if you want to get really technical, that's definitely looks like a heads and shoulders there if it breaks the neckline.
yeah, there's some bearish
Don't be
looking
biased.
vibe here.
Listen, man. You cannot be biased when you do charts. I'm not saying it won't go up
Well,
later,
I
but
didn't
you
know.
can't be biased when you're
Okay,
doing charts, man.
you
That does not
I
look
don't pull
bullish.
punches. I don't pull punches. Ask chat. Do I pull punches when I'm charting? You know, I'm kind of
Chat,
giving you guys a quick.
does he pull punches?
You ask me.
I don't. I certainly don't. I don't pull anything.
I don't pull any punches. I'll show you guys. Look, you want to see my actual like possible? I have drawn this. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I'll show you. You'll see my charts that chat sees. Look,
All right, that looks a bit better.
see. So
But you said
I
the
show.
absolute bottom. It can always go lower. One thing I've
Yeah.
learned with stocks and trading, even if you get to zero, it can't possibly go lower. Yeah, it can.
Look, Malik says, nah, bruh, Saint the realist on CA. That's true, man. I give it real. Look, I'm showing you the chart. This is what chat sees on my streams.
Yeah.
That I told him that this could be the worst case scenario. If this plays out, you're going to see this, but I would think that's going to be your spring to the upside. Okay. I mean, this is the bearish case, the absolute. Let's say this plays out. But if the case is dropped this week, very soon, forget your TA. This is going to God candle straight up to the sky without a doubt, right? So if we don't get news yet of the SEC case, it's just going to immediately break out. We won't even get a retest if the case is dropped. But if this just plays out in the natural, sure, we could have some downside. You'll have this falling wedge play out, which I've also had as a possibility. You'll probably get a nice juicy spring down here, and then we'll be off to the races. All right. So no, I show it all. I show it all. I show it all. What's that? But in a bull run, I don't always count on a big head and shoulders like this playing out. I'll be honest. You know what I'm talking about. In a bull run, you're more likely to get left behind if you think you're going to trade head and shoulders like this at the end of a wedge like this. All right. Now, could it break down? It could. All right. But in a bull run, if we turn bullish, your heads and shoulders are going to break to the upside for the most part. All right. So, and that's how it is. Because if this goes bullish, bullish, there won't be a reason
Well,
to
let me
break
ask
down.
you something.
Building up.
How long have you been in the bull run for, based on this chart? Since when? Go back.
Well, this came out. This was June 2023-ish. That's when it all kind of started.
So we've been in a bull run since then, and we've been going down, correct?
Yeah.
So
I've
this,
seen.
what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, I don't like. I'm very careful when I say, I'm very careful when it comes to TA and this can't possibly go down. Or I'm not saying you said that, but I want to protect people watching my channel if that
I
makes
know. You have
sense,
to be careful, yeah, with what you say, yeah, with GA.
right? Like for me, I'm not convinced about P die. I'm just not. But I am
Okay.
convinced about Teddy. I am convinced about something else, which we shall
Okay.
not mention. Um, and I've been right, man. You can't say I wasn't right. I mean, I even called
Hey,
something
I
that
wouldn't
I
talk
even
to you.
called something that hasn't even come out yet.
I would not talk to you if you haven't had good calls. Like you have had some great calls, man. So
And I
I,
have
I
some,
always
but
I
I'm
always respect your opinion, you
thank
know.
you, man. And unlike most people think, and that I have some videos on PulseChain on my channel that shows you how to use it, by the way, and bridge and everything. That was just done a while ago.
Hmm.
So if you put it in search, you'll find it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. What I'm wondering is there a possibility, or is it easy to make an AI agent or an AI coin on PulseChain?
Dude, 100%. It is going to. I've been
Why
thinking
has it
about
not
this
happened
lately.
yet? What are people doing?
Dude, we
All you
have there's like
smart
already
people in the
two.
chat, wait a second. All you smart people in the chat that probably know how to do shit more than I do because you've been in Pulse Chain. Why is no one launching their own AI agents? What's going on here?
I
I
think
would.
we have two. I think we have two, don't we, chat? Yeah, Tetra, and there's one more.
Tetra? What does Tetra do? Let me see Tetra.
Chat, put the link in. We got a couple. There's a ton.
There's a ton already.
There might be. I
All
know
right,
there's at
Tetra.
least a
Oh, so,
couple that I
so, so
know.
look, if somebody says there's Tetra and somebody says there's a ton, it tells me that Tetra stands out
Okay.
because no one's mentioning the name from everything else. So let's go have a look at Tetra. I'm curious to see what Tetra's like. Is there like a pump fun sort of
Yes, we have
platform?
copy of Pump Fun. Not of Pump Fun. We have our own thing. Chat, put the address, the name of the one, the Pump Fun version we have on PulseChain. It's better. It's even better than Pump Fun. So this is Tetra.
So now you're gonna make
Okay.
me come over and start buying up shit.
There's great opportunity. It's just pure opportunity over here. Really is. Really is. Especially people new to crypto. You don't have to be chasing tops anymore. Just come over here to Pulse Chain. That is just, you've got literally entry opportunities. It's okay. Here's what somebody said. This is like you're getting to restart in crypto all over again. For everyone who missed Ethereum and Bitcoin, imagine getting to buy BTC at 1,000, ETH at,
If
$200. Okay.
No, I agree. If I launch a
Yeah.
coin on Pump Fun right now, it's an AI agent. You're
Okay.
saying it's an AI agent.
This is an
Will
AI
it
agent.
will it start learning from Twitter, from X, and so on? Like, does it have the full capabilities of AI agents already out there, or is it an AI agent by name?
This one does some really interesting stuff about with automating trading and things like that. We
Yeah.
actually do have a couple AI agents. I'm just not the AI agent guy, but I know chat probably has already given us some King and
Someone's asking what's an AI agent.
Coin Quest is
Definitely,
managed guy.
definitely need to watch my channel what AI agents are. So an A
Yeah,
so AI like a chatbot. What we've seen so far
focus.
are like ChatGPT. You can ask it questions. It will tell you what you can do or how to do it. An AI
Okay.
agent will actually do it for you, if that makes sense.
Coin Quest? What? What are you guys talking about? Our pump fund is called Coin
They're talking
Quest?
about games now. They're talking about. Can you imagine? Like the totally flip. They're talking about, I don't know, Web two. What's Coin Quest sounds like a Web two game I would play back in the day with Defender of the Crown. I'm being
Um,
Andrew. I'm being. I'm obviously. I'm not attacking you or anything. I'm trying to be funny. My attempts of humor.
okay, here we go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, Coin Quest.
King of the Hill, puppy.
Launch a new meme coin. Let's go. Donald Pump. Predator. Tranbo. You guys see that? Tranbo? I don't know what you guys
So
see.
wait, these are like these are things you just launch on there when you launch here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So okay, so interesting. So
Yeah.
CoinQuest is it's basically a pump fund sort of, yeah,
Yeah.
CoinQuest
I know we
create.
have another one too.
Or
Chad,
is
we
the
have
meme
another
coin
one too.
creator? Is this meme coin or is it AI agent? Wait, because there's a difference.
This is oh, this is a meme coin maker, like Pump Up.
Right. What about AI agents though? Do you have like a virtuals for virtual.ai or?
I don't know. Chat, help, help him out with that. What do we have for virtuals like AI agents? I know I've seen a couple, but I'm not. I wasn't into it. I know you were born to the AI agent narrative. We had so much other stuff pumping that I didn't.
No, I get it,
And
man. But that's the next thing they're gonna start pumping.
you,
If you expect to, if you want to, go in something early, like and the people that are already no AI stuff like Solana stuff has. Anything close to it though that can have, it doesn't have to do like what Solana does or virtuals on base or whatever, but
yeah.
something close, something that does some sort of AI shit, maybe even a simple chatbot that you can ask questions and ask her out on a date.
No, I haven't heard of anything like that yet, to be totally honest. And we do have a lot of devs, but they've been working on so much other stuff right now. So much infrastructure is being
Interesting.
built too, right? Um,
Well, yeah, of course, it's a new, yeah, it makes sense. I
you,
mean,
it, they're building a lot of these like things to like deal with PDI and lending protocols and all that. And PulseX is buying burn more than I guess we don't have one, so
okay.
maybe we don't have anything worth bringing up right now in the terms of AI agents
Tetra,
that
what is
you want to
Tetra? We didn't
compare.
see Tetra. What is Tetra? So it's the second time I'm seeing this. What's Tetra?
So Tetra is where you can automate a lot of the way you purchase your make your purchases, right?
But
Automate
the AI
well,
agent would do that for you. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be doing this.
well, I think they also have some kind of thing called Omnis, which is a Oracle, which I'm guessing they're going to tie to this, and then they might have
Okay.
some kind of AI agent
All
coming on
right. Got
this.
it.
There is another part to it. I think it's here called Omnis. Uh, well, it's just a cross-DEX aggregator. But what's cool about Omnis is you can swap up to 5 tokens for
Mm.
one, which is really cool. So you can put in your one swap and then grab, and it'll pull the best price for everything up to 5, which is pretty amazing. I don't know if there's anything like that
CowSwap.
out there. Oh yeah, CowSwap, yeah, yeah. Atlas, but I think they do have some kind of.
Someone says educate us with AI agents.
Tell them.
So, in order to understand what AI agents are, and I believe everyone should know what AI agents are because they're a part of our future, whether you're in crypto or not, you have to understand how they were birthed. And once you understand this, you'll understand how remarkable they actually are. So, you all know what ChatGPT is and everything. Well, AI agent is basically, you could tell an AI agent to go do something for you, but find the best way. Oh, here, let me give you an example. Okay, so there was an AI agent that was released by Virtuals. It was called Luna. It's arguably one of the first AI agents that went mainstream. Now, Luna, they prompt engineered her, threw her on X, and just said, listen, you are an influencer, and your job is to get 100,000 followers in a nutshell. Do what it takes, find out what the best way and the fastest way to do this. Side note, last time I checked, she had 35,000 followers or so. Now, what Luna did, went on to X and started posting, and noticed some of her posts were doing better than others, so stuck more to those posts, and then started looking at other creators, and saw which posts were doing better and started doing her own posts. Not copy the posts, make her own like posts, if that makes sense. So you wouldn't be able to tell she was an agent if you didn't know that the agents existed. The thing is, the remarkable thing is, she started thinking, if I'm a creator, I need a body to be able to convey. So she put up a post saying, I'll pay $500 for somebody that can make me a graphical interpretation of what I would look like. 7 people applied. She chose one, sent them $500 of crypto, got her body. Then the next time she needed graphics, she took it a step further. She found another AI agent that was focused on making graphics and actually talked, and you can see the discussion on Twitter. Talk to the AI agent. Hey, I see in your description you can make graphics and can make me a logo, whatever, and it's only $1. And the other AI agent said, yes, I could do this. So she's like, great, sent $1, and that AI agent sent the graphical interpretation to her, and that was the deal. 2 agents working on their own with nobody else in between. And the amazing part is that if that AI agent was talking shit about her, for example, or Luna was talking shit about the other AI agent, said, oh no, I don't like his work, or something like that, that AI agent could have said no. So basically, AI agents are the beginning of Terminator. No, I'm just saying. But generally speaking, this opens up a whole a plethora of different use cases, right? So number one, you can have an AI agent actually trade for you. It will learn technical analysis, it will do it for you, and over time it learns more and more, and it can trade for you. Another one can give you information, so you can ask it to give you the information, and what it will do, it will find the information, fact check it for you, and bring it back in a decentralized way. And they're in different AI agents do different things. Other ones are with graphics. You see the ones that make the movies, especially, that's a graphical one. Other ones are better music. They can make music and do that from scratch, right? And they're just learning it better and better. This is what AI agents are. And whether you are in crypto or not, learning AI, how to at least do prompt engineering, or learning how to use a chatbot and learning AI agents, it's vital if you want to succeed, because a lot of people have been saying that AI will take over their jobs, and they're imagining robots in McDonald's and an assembly line and shit like that. But the jobs are going to be taken. Most of them are not going to be those. They're going to be white-collar jobs, your assistants, your sales managers, outreach, all office jobs, public servants.
True.
These are the people that are going to be losing their job. And I see a future where one person can have 100 different AI agents working for him, and he's just on top. We're going to have slaves. It's going to be, you know how history repeats? We just discovered the tech to make that happen, but in a futuristic way. So learn AI. It's vital to your future. Let's put it that way. I mean, Premiere Pro. You do video editing, correct?
If I have to, I will. Not if I don't have to.
You could do shit on Premiere Pro right now in the beta versions that you can't possibly imagine. Shit that people used to spend hours on. You can literally just click the image and say, replace this cup of coffee with popcorn, and it will do it, and and actually do the tracking for you. It's not just a picture. So
that's amazing.
We're getting to a point where it's insane what AI can do for you. Photoshop, you can tell it what to do. You can literally say, change this into a can of Coke and have it with bubbles or whatever.
And it'll just do it?
And make me into an alien. Yeah, I'm telling you, make my eyes green. Make my eyes green.
So all the editors are out of a job?
They're going to be. They're going to become prompt engineers.
They're going to become what?
So prompt engineers, when you make prompts. So right now, Premiere runs with AI, runs with prompt engineering. First of all, let me tell you something you might not know. In Premiere Pro right now, you don't need to edit your timeline at all. What you could do is you could put the video in that you're about to edit. Let's say I put this video in, and it will make text. It will put everything in text. And all you have to do is delete the text you want and add text there, and it will just make everything, and it will cut it for you. And it's like you have no idea. Like I can literally right now say, I don't want this part in, and just continue, and just delete it like I would writing a Word document, and it will take that part of the video out. It will jump cut it for you.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, that
insane.
Is really cool. The jump cutting. Yeah, it is cool.
There's so much insane things it can do. It's crazy.
In crypto, Are any of these AI agents really usable? Are they
Yes,
working?
yes, you can actually.
Really?
I've actually experimented. I'm actually working with a company now building some AI agents. I don't know if people know this. I'm actually in the Web 2 industry as well. I'm a partner of a gaming project.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing different things, but there's you might be saying, Paul, why aren't you talking about this? I like to work in silence and have my success make the noise. But when it comes to
No,
AI
that's good,
agents,
man. Yeah. Talk to cheap, bro. Talk to
right?
cheap. Isn't it? Yeah.
So AI agents right now, you can use them for trading. They can actually trade for you, technical analysis, and they work pretty well. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
use them to answer and do outreach for you in sales. I have a friend, he's a multimillionaire. He has about 17 companies around the world. He's in land banking and so on, architecture investments. He's actually having his salespeople replace, at least for the first parts, with AI agents. So the AI agents are doing the outreach, and then the closers will pick up and master close them after. Like they call TOs, takeover managers. You have a whole different thing that AI can do for you. I mean, in crypto, as I said, it can trade, it can do research for you. So you can ask, you actually have AI agents that are now working, but they need to learn a little bit more.
Mhm.
You know how they have auditing tools that they audit cryptocurrencies and everything? There's Cert
Yeah.
AI, which does that for you in a decentralized way. So there's different use cases for crypto that are doing it right now.
Wow.
You can have one make a coin for you. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, market it for you. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's insane.
So we need some of that over here on PulseChain.
That's what I
Andrew
was
says so
saying.
many.
I mean, you don't even need to have it work. You could do it like an ICO,
Mhm.
like we're gonna do this,
But isn't it,
and then just
are memes going to just dominate, continue?
well, I
I think
think
memes are going to continue to dominate.
well, memes have to dominate, but they're probably gonna be trend stacked with AI, like I predicted a couple of years ago.
They're going to
I
be
just
what with AI?
they're gonna
Like,
trend stack. So trend stacking is when you have
oh, got you. AI memes.
yeah, you have a trend. You have a current
Right.
trend, and then you have a secondary trend. You combine them together and add your innovation on top of that. That's called trend stacking. So Instagram is a product of
Ah,
trend stacking. Facebook is a product of trend stacking. YouTube is a product of Vine, so on. So
okay,
trend
okay.
stacking, for example, gaming with AI, you have the NPCs and stuff like that. I talked about that a while. That's trend stacking. That's a product of trend stacking. So memes with AI, you can have you can wake up memes. So I'm predicting, guys, if you're in business, if you're watching this seriously, take these ideas and make them. You can literally bring Pepe to life and give him life as an AI agent. You can have a fucking meme that's actually talking and actually answering like that meme. You can have whatever
Okay,
meme you
okay.
want. You can have Teddy and have
Hey,
him like
teddy
respond,
bear.
yeah, and have him like respond like Richard. Have the agent feed it Richard Hart's books, videos, and so on, and it will act like fucking Richard Hart on
Unbelievable.
X. And will communicate with people. This is trend stacking. If you want to make
That would be
real,
cool.
yeah, look into the future. Always look
Yeah.
ahead. Don't
We
look at
need to,
now. Look what's going on ahead. This part of the video right now for anybody watching. This is how you become successful in life. You look what's coming in the future and you get there before.
damn, we can take teddy bear to AI levels.
You
Or
should.
maybe there's a Tropa developer I told you about, with one of the biggest developer on PulseChain, and they made teddy bear, but they also made a bear for themselves, which is a white bear. I could see this being our AI
Well,
bear.
no. Here's an idea for you. Why don't you make an
Kind of
AI
techie.
a Teddy KOL.
Uh-huh.
Unleash him on Twitter. It doesn't matter what chain. Just use whatever chain you want, and its job is to bring people onto Pulse Chain.
Teddy KOL.
A Teddy KOL to make posts
Uh,
and videos. Start with posts is easier to advertise and promote Pulse Chain. That
well, I am a dev,
so
but do I
they
know
so
AI?
I can very easily point you in the right direction.
Chat's gonna help me. You guys ready? We're on a mission now.
You can have
Gonna
an
make
AI
it.
Richard Hart, yes, with somebody in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. But if you make it memeish, it's a lot easier
Yeah.
because people connect.
If
People will connect to Teddy more than Richard Hart.
if
Okay,
imagine if the white bear and the brown bear got together as a team and they started talking about it.
guys, you could have this chain take off. No one's doing it.
No one's done it yet. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, it's up to you guys.
Runway
You
do I
can
need for
donate
this
something
stuff?
to the Crypto Factor Fund once you become billionaires.
But how much runway do we need to pull this off?
Well,
I
you
don't
don't
even
need
have an AI agent yet. I don't even have a real agent, let alone an AI agent.
Well, start experimenting. Go to virtual. See how easy it is. Make it sentient. Have your audience back it up because what happens is when you launch the easiest way to launch an AI agent for it to become an influencer and have a few things going for it. Just use a platform like Virtuals. Launch on there. If
Okay.
enough people
Okay.
buy it, it goes over a certain amount of money, market cap, and it becomes sentient.
Okay.
And they'll actually invest with you. The virtuals will invest with you, get it going, and once it releases a market cap, they will burn the supply and actually have liquidity and all that. So it's all automatic. I actually made some experiments myself. That's to
All
get
right.
it to level 1 as a chat box and maybe a Twitter account so it can post. Start with that because that's all you need,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It's pretty easy. And then after that, just like have it run. And then once you start making money and everything comes in, then you can hire a team. You're not going to sit there do it. You'll be the lead dev.
True. But won't I be crucified if I make a AI meme as a KOL?
Why?
Isn't that like the no-no?
There is no no-no. What's a no-no? The memes are a no-no then.
I
It's not a no-no. Why is a KOL no-no?
don't know. I've watched some
it's
people
a
make
so what is
tokens and
K
go
okay, so let's say it straight. What is a KOL?
I'll do
A
it. Let's
KOL
do
is a
it.
key opinion leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, in crypto, we hear KOLs and we think shillers. That's not the case. A KOL is a key opinion leader.
Yeah.
You can call it an influencer if you want. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But and it's not getting paid. It's promoting a platform. So there's nothing wrong with it. And even if it was getting paid,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I get
and
you.
and it's an agent, right? It's not a coin. But even if it was getting paid, right? As long as it discloses, it's not shilling. A lot of people are like, oh, you're shilling. No, shilling is if you don't disclose sponsorships or
Okay.
or you have big bags and you talk about. And you can look this up. I mean, shilling isn't like what is shilling? A lot of people call
Yeah.
everything shilling. Let's shill this. Let's shill that. No, shilling is actually a scam. But promoting is not. Like if I had a sponsor for this video, I'd be like, this is a sponsor of this video.
Right. Right.
All right. Now, I don't have a sponsor, but I do have some links in the description down below with my one-on-one coaching, my VIP group, and some courses. That's not shilling. I'm disclosing. Right. So it all it's nothing's wrong with actually making your own AI agent KOL. I think it's a genius idea, not because I said it, but. And I think it will bring a lot of adoption to PulseChain. I mean, if Richard Hart was right now where he was years ago before everything happened with the SEC and everything, this is probably what he'd be doing. I'm actually willing to bet. If you ever talk to Richard, ask him. Because think about it. A Teddy KOL promoting PulseChain and bringing people over. And people were actually buying that token. You could, fucking hell, you can even have it so each token you buy, if they buy, let's say, Teddy or whatever that token is on the other chain, it corresponds to so much PDI on PulseChain. There you go. Now you're bringing money in. Now you could back shit up with PDI. It could go up to 2 cents instead of a cent.
Yeah, and I think the bear is perfect. I think the bear is
perfect, man.
And it's selling bear too. It's perfect. Yeah, yeah, it's perfect. I like it. I like it a
No,
lot.
it is not shilling my links because shilling does not mean what you think it means. Shilling means I have something and I'm pretending I do not. So I have a bag of, let's say, PDI, and I'm saying to people, hey, PDI, it's going to go up without telling them I have PDI. That is shilling. Promoting your links is not shilling. Shilling is not disclosing that you're either getting paid to talk about something. This terminology, like everybody in crypto, I don't understand why they don't learn basic
Paul, they want you to come to
terminology.
PulseChain. You've sold them. They want you to come to PulseChain. They're literally like, come over to PulseChain. We need your ferocity over there.
I had some like okay, if I go to Twitter right now
Yeah.
and I say buy Teddy and everything like that, and I have a big bag of Teddy and I don't disclose it, that's shilling. If I get paid by Teddy, if you pay me and I start saying buy Teddy, buy Teddy, buy Teddy, that's shilling. But if you pay me and I say buy Teddy and I got a sponsorship by them or they're supporting me or powered by Teddy or whatever, that is not shilling. Shilling is the act of pretending you don't have something, but you do, or the act of getting paid without disclosing. That's shilling. It's you could Google
Then that's
it.
just weird, because why would it's like I get on here and be like, yeah, let's talk about Sui. I don't have Sui. I have like a lot of PulseChain tokens, so that's what I talk about mostly. I figured it was an assumed thing. People knew I'd probably talk about stuff I have. I talk about
As
ink
long
and
as you
PDI.
disclose, as long as you blockchain trend says you have to look up. As long as you disclose, it's just like when.
Oh, you're supposed to technically be like, so by the way, everybody, I own teddy bear token.
Yes, and I'm getting paid by them.
But the people in PulseChain, they're too smart. They're too smart. They already know that.
If you're not getting paid by Teddy, and you just have a lot of Teddy, you have to disclose that you own Teddy.
Okay.
So in your description on YouTube, you should have a disclosure that you may own some of these tokens or may not. You're actually supposed to actually say whether you talk about tokens, whether you have it or not. But because it depends on which country you're in, depends if you're getting paid. First of all this stupid shit.
Well, I like that. I'll just be like, look, I only talk about tokens I own. That's it.
There's something about financial advice. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, this is not financial advice, so they don't get in trouble. That's not why you're supposed to say it. It has nothing to do with it. If you have an opinion on something and you're giving an opinion and you're not getting paid for it, that is not financial advice, and you do not need a license. I do not need to be a financial advisor to give my opinion on any token or coin or anything unless I'm getting paid. Okay?
Gotcha.
So the reason we say we're not financial advisors, not financial advice, is because you can't possibly know the guy's assets, age, risk tolerance, and so on. And then maybe he could sue you, but that also depends on which fucking country you're in and so on. And you won't be able to. Otherwise, all these people will be in jail. So everyone's screaming, oh my God, why are you giving financial advice without a license? You can't do shit to them. Like in most part. Maybe it's all... The things are starting to like get regulated now, of course. So we future-proofed ourselves by saying it.
So in when I'm doing charts, should I be saying before I do charts that, hey, it's not financial advice?
Well, you don't, but you're not getting paid for it.
I'm not.
So you're not giving.
That's right. I'm not
advice.
being paid for it.
It's your opinion. As long as you say it's your opinion and you have a disclaimer, you should be okay. Now, of course, this is different people can interpret it different ways, right?
Yeah.
But the essence of it is that. Now, you are in the States. There is an SEC there, or used to be. It's different. I'm in
SEC is gone.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. So you might be a little bit safer. In Europe, we have to be careful with Mika. Now, I'm also in Dubai, so I've got a bit of a leeway there. But in general, you're supposed to disclose what you have, and that's why I do it. I disclose. I don't care about saying I'm not a financial advisor. I do care about saying I got paid by this company or I own so much coins.
I got big bags, big ones, real big bags. Don't make me whip them out.
It sounds cool anyway.
Yeah. Yo, some news just broke. Did you see that? I put it on the screen. The SEC is going to drop all crypto cases that are non-fraud related.
Oh, that's subject to interpretation, though.
Possibly, but I think they do have something. Are they accusing him? They have fraud in the case?
It comes with your heart in this case. It's based
this is FTC, though. Trump's SEC to potentially be free without. We'd have to open it up and dig deeper into what's going on.
You could run it through ChatGPT to give you the rundown as well. Do you use ChatGPT or?
Sometimes I use the Grok, man. I like
Oh,
Grok.
Grok. Yeah, well, yeah. I I have the paid version of ChatGPT because I was learning how to use it and stuff. So
It's totally woke, man.
it
It's
is.
complete.
I've started noticing
Doesn't that
that.
piss you off though? It pisses
Well,
me
for what
off.
I'm looking for, I don't care.
It forces these answers on me. It like interjects like
It depends what
it's
you're using it for, right? So if you're using it to help you with your self, like for example, you could tell it, listen, I want you to write a post or I want you to write a title for YouTube. I want you to use the 5 P's of Persuasion by Paul DeMarco. That's my book right there,
you.
right? And I want you to, based on that, promise, project, picture, proof, pitch, and write me a paragraph, a sales page for whatever. You can actually do that. You would have to feed it the information because it probably won't find the book. It will probably get mixed up with with something else. But basically, yeah, you could do that.
Well, I heard somebody mention already that we're looking at this virtual agent idea. Somebody said, let's do it with a donation address. And
Nice.
then Mac, right after Mac said, fuck the government. So,
Right.
so this could get really interesting. No, I do think it's a great idea though. And I think the teddy bear would be perfect. Bear would be awesome.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
this is not financial advice. I just put
This
the
is not,
disclaimer up on screen, just in case. Just
Chad,
in
this is not
case.
financial. Don't listen to anything we say here seriously.
Yeah,
If
we
you
just
bridge your funds over to if you bridge your funds over to PulseChain and you become a multimillionaire, I'm not responsible for that.
right.
I'm not
Exactly.
responsible. I
Right.
had nothing to do with it. Okay. If you become,
I'm accepting donations for anybody that takes my ideas and brings them to fruition. I'll be more than happy to accept donations. I want people to become rich.
when PDI pegs to $1 and you become multimillionaires, I'm not responsible. I didn't tell you to do that. All right.
But
By
donate
the way,
something.
we need to get you some PDI. I think the chart is still very juicy. I think you got a great entry. We're looking at, what is it, 60, 55x to go
Hmm.
to $1. I do believe it's going to $1. I really do. I really do. Well, what chain is that on? Perplexity AI. It's illegal someone to do it on PulseChain.
Perplexity AI is something like Google search. It's just a better search engine, and it actually does work very well. I actually use it as well. So instead
I
of
think this is
Googling
the best
something,
combo somebody put up. Malik, he put it up. Atropa, P-Dye, Teddy, you got it. If you just did those three, you're gonna crush it. But those all gonna run about the same together. Maybe you want to throw like incentive token in there as well.
show me the site that you
And ink, exactly, exactly. You got to throw incentive in there to mix it up.
where are you reading the chat from?
Coming on YouTube. I got a
Oh,
little.
okay. So
mini-
you're seeing it before I am,
Oh, maybe.
or you're moving up?
No, it's just feeding me.
Interesting. I like the way we're gonna have to make a separate video for the tutorial because this one became more of like an alpha discovery, which is fine.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually prefer it, to be honest with you. We'll record a tutorial.
Okay. It'll give me more time too because I had literally just come in, had dinner, and
Yeah,
didn't have
I
anything
know. I was a bit
arranged. And
unfair, and then I tried to be lazy and try to clip the part out of the video and make it into a video. No, fuck that, man. We'll do it again.
I
This
do
is
everything
more,
live, so I'm so used to being prepared because I
right.
never cut anything. I don't edit. I do everything live, all my interviews, all my stuff. So I just come prepared. And this
Man,
time I was like,
that
and with
is
the new chain, everything's been updated. There's new stuff. Some of the
yeah.
websites have changed. So I need to spend a little time and make sure I got all the updated versions and line it all up nice. So
We
it's
only
easy to
have 50
explain.
people watching. That sucks. Why is there only 50 people? No one wants to learn. What is this? Or is it the time? Because no one's used to
It's
my time here. We did get
it's kind of
355 people
early.
watching though.
And we didn't really, I didn't get to announce it. I literally had put it up, 10 minutes before we rolled.
Oh no, I'm not
Rolled
talking
here.
about people that already know about PulseChain. I'm talking about people in
Okay.
general. But I just figured out I'm not usually live at this time, so
Oh, got you. Yeah. That could be a big part of it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we should come. You should come on earlier one day.
You want to do earlier? Yeah, we can do earlier. Just give me a heads up. I'll come back earlier
Yeah.
and fully armed. Yeah, I usually end up going really late, so this was cool for me. My streams are like usually like 3 hours, starting like 10,
Yeah, you
10:30
got the Richard Hart
CET.
syndrome. I remember doing a live stream for Richard. It was like 4.5 fucking hours. I was like, holy fuck.
I've had some 5.5, 6 hour streams. Yeah,
God damn,
yeah,
bro.
they could go long. Chat just never gets enough. I swear it's like 2.5 hours in and like chat's just getting warmed up.
Let me
So
just
I
retweet. Let
gotta
me
keep rolling.
retweet real quick that we're live.
Um,
I know I did, but let me retweet.
Fred says, loving the alpha. FTC government news. We just looked at that, right? Dudes, some, well, ID brought me here. ID? What's that? Pulse Pub. Oh, yeah. Show you the Pulse Pub chart, of course. That was one we saw yesterday. It was just rocking. It was on fire. Look, just with something like this, Pulse Pub, it's just a performer. What it is an ETF on PulseChain. So if you're not sure, you come over, you don't know what to get. This is like an ETF, and it is kind of set up in a way where, there could be a pullback, but at some point, it's just going to keep going when the chain moves because it's now, trading. It has all these arb bots trading between all these assets. That it's just constantly gaining momentum. It's just been doing incredible. Only $9 million market cap, and
Nice. That
who
looks
knows
good as
what this
well.
could do? Hmm?
That looks good.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's such a low
yeah.
market cap. It's a lot of potential there. An index. That's what an ETF is. Yeah, this is a great chart. Actually, a couple of my first two of the videos I ever made on my channel were on Pulse Pub. I was very, very excited about it because I was learning about these index funds and ETFs on PulseChain. And this is really cool. Ink Maxi says we have magic bots. We do have magic bots. It is true. We don't have AI bots. Ours are magical.
I wonder how many people will come onto PulseChain after this video. We didn't get a lot. We only had like 356 views, but I'm pretty sure I have pretty high conversions. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching my channel actually try stuff out. I think we're going to have some people on there. Not millions or anything. I'm not Richard Hart, but we'll have a few people. Those lucky people will make some money.
You're going to flood the bridge. Oh, that'd be great.
Well, where should I have that
I
power,
do,
man?
I do have an effect. I'm very convincing. You will come to
Are you
PulseChain.
trying to do a Jedi mind trick?
You will come to PulseChain. We love you.
Yeah. Man, peeps will watch the recording. True. If we make it long enough too, and people watch it long enough, then what happens is YouTube will actually push it out more.
No, but
Any thoughts on Solve? No, because I don't know where it is. Solvi?
same guy you were talking about a few days ago, been around that, right?
Huh?
Oh, okay, right on. Talking about a few days. Oh, okay, he made the video. We played a video he put on X, and he was fired up. So we watched it, and yeah, he's been around. He's in here today. How's it going, man? There are coins you were looking for. These are the coins. These are the coins you were looking for. It is true. These are the coins you were looking for. What else have you been looking for? I do feel, here's what happens when you come to PulseChain. Same thing that happened to me. I literally came over here and I'm like, this is amazing. I do like Richard Hart, and I did SAC in all full disclosure and everything. I am a staker of Hex as well. Okay. So it's not like I was like new or anything. I knew who he was and I knew what was going on. But I literally came over here And after I learned about Atropa, because in the beginning, remember, everything was new. No one knew anything yet. All these values were at zero. I showed you the charts, right? Everything was just, what are these P copies? He's duplicated the chain. Nobody knew anything yet, right? But there was no value in anything to establish what was important yet, right? So we were all just hunting all over the place. I was just digging around on the ground all over the place. And I discovered this thing called Atropa and PDI and Pulse Wrap Bitcoin. And I met this guy, Steady Pup, who made Pulse Pup. And I was just like, what's going on over here? And I literally went, wow, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, you know? Even though I was watching because I had sold Solana to come over here, and then Solana's ripping over there. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
but I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there. I was like, okay, I missed that. I came here, but I'm supposed to be here. Like it really felt like that. I felt like I was home, you know? And we were on the ground floor of something really amazing, like almost as if this was like 2010 and we were the first people to discover Bitcoin. It's this crazy feeling, all these like crazy devs doing all this interesting stuff over here. And then now that, values have gone up, it's really exciting. Now PDI has gone up like hundreds and hundreds of X's and you're also excited now because your bags have pumped. But for literally the first year, everything was just grounded, barely moving for the first 6 months. But it really felt like I didn't even care what was happening on Solana. I didn't care that I dumped that bag and I sold my render and I sold this. I didn't care anymore what was going on out there. I literally only cared what was happening on Atropa and PulseChain and what incentive could be capable of and how PDI was going to get to $1. And it's just been really exciting. It's been really exciting.
You mentioned Hex earlier on. The Hex army got pissed off at me because the Hexicans got pissed off at me because I said that
It's
Pulse
not
Chain.
hard to piss off the Hex army.
Yeah, because I said that Pulse Chain will do better than Hex for the foreseeable future. And
Okay.
and
You still feeling that?
yes,
Care to elaborate?
and yeah, until Richard Hart's out of trouble, Pulse Chain is a more not dependent on Richard Hart to succeed as much as Hex is. It's simple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hex is a coin you buy.
Well,
Just giving an example here. Hex is a
okay.
coin to buy to make money,
Mhm.
and you don't have Richard Hart to persuade you for it is a big negative. And it's only for people that are diehard Hexicans. Pulse Chain is a chain that has potential. That is the biggest meme coin chain right now that people haven't discovered, which could probably, if I was the, which I'm not because it's decentralized, obviously no one is, but if I owned a chain like Pulse Chain or I was, I don't know, some sort of president supreme or whatever, I would
Yeah.
literally make it into a meme coin chain and just market it like that. I just make it the biggest meme because it is like it's. Now you might say, Paul, that's not fair. You can do shit. Yeah, of course you can do DeFi with memes as well, and there's DeFi. I'm just saying, marketing wise, it's like Richard Hart when he said it's the biggest airdrop in the world. He didn't say it's a fork of Ethereum. It's marketing. You bring
Right,
people
right.
over, then you change it. It pivots.
Right.
Don't forget, I'm a marketeer and salesperson at heart. So,
Well,
right?
he's been absent for obvious reasons and been very quiet.
Yeah, of
in
course,
general.
of
Not
course.
quiet. I mean, he's on Twitter or whatever, but he hasn't kind of focused on that meme element yet. He's certainly been focusing on the P copy aspect of it. He's been making posts about that on X. That hey, crypto
The
land, you have
problem with
copies over here.
Richard Hart and meme coins, he may be too smart for his own good.
Memes, you got to be a little silly.
And
Yeah.
he might not be able to grasp or or maybe doesn't want to grasp the meme coin. I'm not sure because I haven't talked to him for a while. Again, I hope he wins as well. We disagree with a few. Look, I'm not like a straight up here. I'm not somebody that agrees with everything with Richard Hart. I disagree with his views on Bitcoin. But I like what he does, and and so on. So, but yeah, because he flipped on Bitcoin. Let's put it that way.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but all respect to him. Was right about Ethereum.
He's right
He was
about
fucking
Ethereum.
right. He was right about Ethereum. I didn't believe it
That
in the beginning, and it
that
looked
Ethereum's
like
awesome.
he wasn't right about it. But look at it right now. Look at what Ethereum's. It's got the problems. Of course, you have people building on it. They're not going to let it fail. It's too big to fail. But he was right. You can't do shit on Ethereum, and he was talking about it. And we didn't want to believe it, but he was right.
I I totally understand what you're saying, and I also, in that same vein, I think he is really smart, and he has a grasp of things in the future that we don't grasp yet. And I do want to point out to you that I really think there's something special about purple Bitcoin over here. I think that maybe it's something BlackRock takes too much control, something maybe people don't
It's not
feel it's
gonna. No, but again, it's like okay. The way it's gonna be a
I,
long one. It doesn't have.
it doesn't have that the mechanics, I understand, and the functionality. It's not the same, but it doesn't matter. It has a community and the network.
No, it does matter.
I forgot you wrote the book. You wrote the book.
So I'm talking about the book. What book are you talking about, by the way?
You know, the crypto factor. I mean,
The
it's not really
Crypto
a
Factor
Bitcoin
book.
book.
No, the Crypto Factor book is not about Bitcoin.
I know it's
It.
not. I'm making a bit of a,
Uh,
I'm sillier than you are.
okay, okay,
That's all
okay.
it is.
I was
Okay.
about to, I thought maybe you thought it was like a Bitcoin maximalist take on it. I'm
Just
not.
go with it. You wrote the book on Bitcoin.
Right. Do you know what the best book you could ever read? And I really believe I don't know if you've read it, but there's one book that everybody should read, whether they like Bitcoin, don't like Bitcoin, hate Bitcoin, love Bitcoin. There's one book they have to read, and it's not even that much about Bitcoin. It's called The Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous.
But I've heard the book, Bitcoin
So the
Standard. Yeah.
Bitcoin Standard is one of the best books you could ever read, and it explains to you money, the fundamentals of money, how money works, from seashells to fiat, and then talks a little bit about Bitcoin at the end. But as soon as you grasp this, sound hard money, and Austrian economics, because that's what it's based on, it changes your life. It really does.
I,
And people think, oh, I already know. No, you don't. Unless you read the book, believe me, I was surprised myself. I was so surprised I read it, and I have the audio version as well. And I've listened to it a couple of times. Where is it? There you go.
I do love Bitcoin, Paul. I bought Bitcoin in 2013. I'm a huge fan. Okay, don't like absolutely, absolutely. And nothing can beat Bitcoin for sure. At the same time, do you feel it's not in a bubble at all?
It's always in a bubble.
It's always in and out of bubble. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, like,
If the cost to mine Bitcoin were to drop by dramatically,
yeah, what?
does that affect the hash rate or just the cost, the price, let's say, of Bitcoin that miners would sell for less, possibly? Is that all
So,
it is?
so here, a lot of people are saying that it's the problem with Bitcoin is that it's expensive to mine. Is that where you're taking this? But you
Well, the
have
price to mine it continuously goes up,
it
right?
needs to go up. That's
It
a
needs to.
feature. It needs to.
It's okay.
So when you had so here so okay.
To prevent anyone from being able to easily attack the network,
No, no,
right?
no, not
Obviously.
even that. It goes to sound hard money. Okay, so let's do a little bit of education on how money works, or a little bit, not too much, because it's getting late again. Back in the day, you had different forms of money, and one of these forms of money was seashells. Now, when you hear that, you're thinking to yourself, seashells, what the fuck? These must be primitives. No, you have to understand that these seashells were specific kinds of seashells that were hard to obtain. They were probably far away from the sea, so it becomes even rarer and so on, deep, hard to get. Now, so you had these different seashells representing money. They were
Hmm.
limited, they were very hard to find, and so on. Now, when these tribes using seashells were discovered by people coming in with their ships and everything, they wanted to trade with these people. So they tried gold, they tried this, they tried that, but these people didn't care about that. They cared about seashells. Now that was all great and dandy, and they're like, "Holy crap, we can bring these in." So they started bringing in seashells and they started, trading and supply them with seashells because they had the tech and they were very easy to get these seashells for them. Well, guess what happened? Inflation. Because once you started bringing seashells over, they weren't that rare, and now there's inflation, so suddenly everything wasn't worth the seashells they were asking for.
Yeah.
Same thing with rocks.
Same thing that happened with the Spanish in the 1500s when they brought all those boats of gold over from the New World to Europe. It crashed the price of gold in Europe.
And the same thing with rocks. Like when they used to trade rocks, they had, and I'm going to give this example because it's important later on. When they say we had stones, right, for currency, you have to understand that it wasn't just any stone. There was a big boulder in the middle of the village, impossible to move. And then you had each stone representing a part of that boulder. Well, if you think about it, when we had the gold standard, the gold standard doesn't mean you're running around. When we had the gold standard, we didn't run around with gold coins in our pockets. We had banknotes, but it represented what was in Fort Knox. It represented gold that was held. The same thing with the rocks and the stone. Why is this a feature? Why is being expensive to mine Bitcoin a feature? Well, it's very simple. Well, mining gold, let's just go there. Mining gold is expensive. Now, when the gold price goes up, it makes more sense to go mine it. So because the price is higher, and then they start mining this gold because they can sell it because it makes sense. But as gold becomes more abundant, the price goes down, so it becomes too expensive to mine it again. So it's a self-thing, it's a self-mechanism to keep the balance in gold. Same thing is with Bitcoin. So the price going up and the energy going up, it's a feature and helps with the inflation and everything, because if it was cheap to mine gold, everyone would just go mine it, but they're not doing it because it becomes more and more expensive and harder to get. So
I think the energy use is getting a lot. No, I'm not flooding Bitcoin.
No, that's fine. Okay. Let me just conclude. No, this is more how people should think, and that's why people are wondering, why isn't silver going up, even though it has utility? Well, because it's cheaper to get. So whenever the price goes up, you just go get some. But gold is rarer and harder and more expensive to mine, and that's why it's better than silver. And silver is not needed anymore because it was a denominator for gold, because gold was more expensive, so they used silver. Well, you don't need silver anymore, just like you don't need Litecoin for Bitcoin, because there's no point anymore. Because now we're not shipping gold pieces, we're using banknotes, so that's why silver's not running. And that's why I like gold, and I'm not really I'm not a silver person. Even for the doom and gloomers, they're stupid because just get gold and silver because we're going to use silver to go shopping. No, you're not. That's not going to work. And the most expensive thing, if you want to be one of those prepare guys or survival guys, if you want real currency, get pharmaceuticals. Pharmacy, get painkillers, get those pills for fever and so on, antibiotics, because you're not going to let your kid die of a fever. You'll give anything for that. So pharmaceuticals become currency. So this is why a lot of people have to understand.
Digital scarcity,
is PWBTC is one of the most decentralized. But okay, again, it's not.
Also, one of the features that I do like about it is that
I just gave you the reason for you don't need to mine it. The magic of Bitcoin is proof of work because the energy is the expense is part of it.
People, I know it's part of it, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of the cool features over here on PulseChain is our energy use is minimal. The network is the value.
And that's why you don't have a Bitcoin. And you don't need to. PulseChain can do so much more and so much better than that. Different, because you don't... People are trying to compete with Bitcoin. There's no point. There's other things you can do better than Bitcoin. Why compete with... I used to have a nightclub.
We're not competing with it. We got a better Bitcoin. We literally have a better Bitcoin over here on PulseChain.
Okay.
Come to PulseChain. Come.
But proof of work will end one day for Bitcoin. What?
It is better.
Like when? In 100 and something years? Is that what you're talking about? You still need miners which will require energy and will get the fees, man. Don't worry about it too much. You're overthinking it.
It doesn't need to end for Bitcoin can always just be Bitcoin. That's it.
You
It
can
is
always
what it
fork
is.
it, right?
Hmm?
You can always fork it into another Bitcoin.
Oh, I'm sure that's coming. More forks are going to come.
It's
We've already
fine.
had a couple. More will come.
They can go fork Bitcoin. They can. You know how much it costs to attack Bitcoin? Somebody was talking about it. It doesn't make sense. Like it will cost billions of dollars just to fork it for what? Or just to do a DDoS attack and what? Make it like a problem for it for 10 minutes. Then what? Then there's a fork and they use the other chain and you're stuck with the one that nobody wants. What do you have? Fucking fed the Bitcoin.
Well, if financial institutions choose one chain, that's the
Everyone.
one that their liquidity will go into, and that's a lot of liquidity. A lot of capital. And most people, the average person, is just going to chase the one that the price goes up, right? Most people don't care about the tech. They don't even know about the tech, right? The average person.
You have to
That'll
have
be at a time when the
so
banks are onboarding, because they'll be the kind of the triage, right, to determine which way you
So the
go,
first
right?
thing you do, you need to get one of the core devs to put it forward as an option. And then you have
Yeah.
to have consensus. And then you have to vote on it. And then whoever wants to change Bitcoin can, if they want to fork Bitcoin, have another Bitcoin, whatever, but it won't be Bitcoin because Bitcoin will continue as Bitcoin. So let them have what's going to be BBTC, Black Bitcoin if they want. And you will continue with the normal Bitcoin, the decentralized one that no one controls. And let them have the controlled one that they can control everyone with, which won't be Bitcoin. It's fine, no problem.
What do you call it? BRBTC? BlackRock
Yeah,
BTC?
yeah, BlackRock. Yeah.
BRBTC. Grateful for Satoshi. Yeah, man. No, it's an amazing thing. Everything's a stepping stone, in technology.
But yeah, a lot of people saying that Bitcoin is it's outdated, it's a dinosaur. It doesn't need to be anything more. It's not trying to be anything. We don't want to build dApps on Bitcoin. You don't want to do it's just hard sound money. You don't
Fair
need
enough.
to do anything else. You don't
I
want
won't
to do
argue with
anything
that.
else. And there are
No.
better chains out there to do shit with. Like why would you do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
on Bitcoin? I mean, come on.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand this whole phase. It was like a year ago or a year
It
and a
was
half now,
dumb.
where they wanted to build everything on PulseChain on Bitcoin.
Which was
That did
stupid. Then
make
they
it was
accidentally
stupid.
released fucking Taproot, and then people were doing
It's
rules,
dumb.
which can
Yeah,
vanish. They can prune that shit.
it was
Then of
dumb,
course you have
man.
SRC20 tokens, which is actually on the UTXO of Bitcoin. That works, but it's not
Yeah,
feasible not to be used for anything. Maybe
it's
some
just
little bit of
mucking
art.
things up. Yeah, it's just mucking
There's
things
no
up.
point. Just keep Bitcoin as Bitcoin, and build on Solana or fucking PulseChain or
PulseChain.
whatever.
Fuck Solana.
And
PulseChain,
even
man.
well, each chain has its benefits and disadvantages and so on, and they will all leach down to what they're good at.
Yeah.
As I said, and people might think I was being negative or being funny or being weird when I said Pulse Chain would be the perfect meme coin chain, because
No, I think
I
that's a
think it's the
compliment, man. I
perfect,
could see
and
that.
as a
Yeah.
marketeer, it would be the perfect way to go and actually take market share if you really want to think about it.
I 100%. I think we're gonna have an epic meme coin run.
Oh yeah.
We have had our share of epic memes already, and I think with the brains we have on Paul Shane and the characters and the comedy, I think we're gonna have an epic meme run.
I'm all
What
for
do you
it,
think,
man.
Chad?
I'm all for it.
Yeah?
I'll make more.
Yeah.
I mean, this video is gonna be on my channel. I'm gonna try and do more.
Okay.
I'm all for it. And no, I'm not sponsored.
I'm not paying. What's sponsored by Paul Shane? Uh, if you accidentally become extraordinarily wealthy after watching this video, I'm not responsible. I'm not your financial advisor. I did not make you rich. You did that on your own. By Teddy Bear.
By Teddy.
By Teddy. He died to $1.
Any more jokes? Do you have any jokes?
Any more jokes? I've been giving you jokes the whole time. You didn't like my jokes. I
Paid
told him
shoes.
you wrote the book.
The Bitcoin
Bros
bag.
fighting. Pitch.
Bros flooding my PWBTC bags.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. I did have one actually.
There was this guy on the bus. There was a guy on this bus, and he was sitting down, and the guy next to him, he looked over, and all of a sudden, this guy had a piece of hair, just like a maniac, just going like this, just like. So he turns out to the guy's like, from stress, huh? The guy's like, no, it's from my balls. It sounds funnier in Greek. It does. It really does.
in Greek.
Funny. It's a Greek joke.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I found jokes. Of course I found jokes. I got lots of jokes.
There was a bear and a rabbit. You must know this one.
Whoops, that was wrong.
No, leave it on.
Copy and
That's
paste.
fine. Leave that on.
That was an accident. That was an
There's
accident.
no accident, my friend.
Let me fix it. I'm trying to fix it right now.
There's no. Yeah. I'm sure.
I mixed up the copy and paste buttons.
No.
Hang on one second.
Let's check her out. She's got good technique.
No.
Look, she's got a good technique. She's like going.
I'm focused on the bull run. I'm focused on the bull run. I'm not looking.
I wonder if she uses a bidet.
Bidet on PulseChain.
My God, you guys have to watch the
Nothing
show
actually
on Saint Wolf's channel to get that one. All right, man. Let's call it. I'm gonna call it night. You can continue on your chat. It's 1:30 in the morning. I think it's time for me to go check what's going on PulseChain and going to bed.
No, that's pretty late.
Yeah,
That was an
it's a bit
accident,
late.
chat. Won't happen
I'll
again.
probably do something stupid if I go now, actually. But I will go to sleep. What is Saint watching off stream? Yeah, he was watching some DeFi. So
I'm focused on. All I look at is charts 24/7. All right, I don't want to hear it.
So stop
I
sharing.
don't know where that came from.
Stop sharing real quick. I want to show something. Go stop sharing. You're still sharing your screen.
Am I? Oh.
Yeah.
Do I have to turn it off?
No, just go down to the bottom and put stop sharing, whatever. So you can go back
gotcha.
to the previous screen real quick.
Okay.
It's okay. Just take your time. There you go. Now I can do this. You probably can. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, check out Saint Wolf's channel, Twitter or X, YouTube up here. Go check him out, subscribe, follow him, learn all about PulseChain. Best person I know after Richard Hart to learn about this. I think it's amazing. I think you should go subscribe. I think you should go follow him. Saint Wolf. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you, bro.
Paul, it's always a pleasure, man. Love chatting with you. Thanks for letting me on and tell the world about PulseChain. It was very last minute. And,
yeah. We'll do it better. We'll do another one. We'll do another
again.
one as well, man. We'll do another one. It kind of turned. I think we're live streams were more of discussions. Maybe we'll do a pre-recorded one, man.
I'll come very loaded with everything.
Okay.
I'll have some
We'll
time
do that.
to put it all together.
All right. Cool.
And I'll bombard you. We won't be able to get distracted. And chat, you guys were amazing.
No yoga
Thanks for
pics.
coming.
Okay. Cool. All right, man. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye,
All right.
everyone. Bye.
Good night, everybody.